We on.
Hey, everybody. Y'all almost caught us slipping. Happy Friday, everybody.
Woo!
It is Friday, TGIF, y'all. I don't know about anybody else, but it seems like when you have that extra day, that holiday that is supposed to make your week shorter, for some reason it tends to make the week longer. I don't know about y'all, but I felt like this was a 6-day week instead of
I was
4.
confused.
I just,
too.
I don't know.
I was confused, but let me say, I was real confused, y'all, because a bat got in my house.
Oh
my.
You were right. A bat. Anybody ever had a bat, a varmint, something flying around the house, a bird or anything?
I don't want to. Walmart is enough when they got the birds in there.
OMG. OMG. Listen, y'all know I love my house, but I was like, move me to the center of the city. Move me to the city. Take me out the country, please.
Go to the city.
Wow.
She said I done had it with the country.
I had it.
You can deal with the deer and all of those things, right? The squirrels and
Listen, this past 2 weeks alone, we done had a squirrel, we done had lizards, we done had the frog stuck to the back door, now we done had a bat flying around in the dad limb house, the foxes running around in the backyard. Oh, did I mention the big turtle that was crawling through my prayer garden? Like,
I don't know what to do with the turtle.
I'm like,
Lay some eggs. All that other stuff, I don't know about.
and then at the church, we had the duck. There's a duck that has laid an egg.
Leave my duck alone.
There's a duck that has laid an egg in the flower box.
Oh, well, that's exciting.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all be excited about it, okay? Because your sister was not all that excited.
Hey, y'all. Listen. Y'all already know how we do. We cut up on Victory Talk, and it is all good. So y'all grab your beverage of choice, as my sissy says, and your snacks, whatever it is that you need. Call somebody, text somebody, tweet somebody. Let them know that Victory Talk is on, y'all. It is hot topics, so y'all already know it is going to be lit.
Yes.
We got some good stuff to talk about tonight. So I got my sissy lady Jay, Lisa, Tanisha, and Miss Victoria, aka Mama Sugar. She's not my sister, but she could be y'all sister. All right, so we gonna jump right into it, everybody, because we got a lot of stuff to cover, and y'all already know how we go all off on a tangent and then run out of time. So the first topic that we're going to talk about tonight is the new Tennessee law that requires drunk drivers to pay child support if a parent is killed. So according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 28 people in the United States die in drunk driving accidents per day.
Wow.
That's one death every 52 minutes. In many cases, children are left without a parent or parents because someone made a choice to get behind the wheel while intoxicated. And now drunk drivers will have to pay the price, literally. So a new law requiring drunk drivers to pay child support if a parent is killed just passed in Tennessee. It's called Bentley's Law, and Tennessee is the first state in the country to put this into action. The law is the brainchild of Cecilia Williams, who lost her son, his fiance, and their 4-month-old son to a drunk driver. The couple left behind 2 sons, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. So under this new bill, a person convicted of killing a parent as a result of intoxication or aggravated vehicular homicide is going to be required to pay child support for their surviving children. This is going to last until they're 18 and graduate from high school, just like regular child support works. The amount to be paid out is determined by the court, but it factors in such things as financial needs for the child, financial needs of the surviving parent or guardian, and the standard of living to which the child is accustomed. So y'all already know that that could get pretty expensive. Additionally, if the defendant is in prison and can't pay, the defendant has 1 year after they're released to begin payments. So don't think you're getting off of it. You know, if you go to jail, once you get out, you're going to pay still. So if the child reaches 18 and hasn't been fully paid, financial support will then continue until the limit is reached. And according to Williams, the law will garnish wages. So some people were saying, you know, as in regular child support, well, what if the people don't pay? Nah, they're coming for the money by any means necessary. And so Miss Cecilia hopes that this is just the beginning. She wants the bill to go nationwide. Because, you know, she's saying, of course, no one should suffer this type of loss. No one should lose someone they love in such a preventable tragedy. And so we want to know, what are your thoughts on this story? Do you feel, you know, that this is fair and warranted for somebody to have to pay the child support?
I agree with that. I like it.
I do.
Me too.
I do.
I agree also. I was thinking,
Definitely.
are we avoiding them going to jail if this was the outcome? But you did say that if they do go to jail, then they have within that year of coming out, of being released, to start making payments. Yes, definitely. If you're going to make the choice and kill somebody, then, you know, and they have young children, you know, you should be responsible for that, you know, child, or in this case, they have 3 children. So that's probably child support per child.
And, you know, I don't think that they didn't necessarily make the choice to kill. However, they did make the choice to drive intoxicated. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine that I would like to think that nobody gets behind a vehicle, in a vehicle with the intent of killing somebody.
Right.
I'm sure that there are the exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, I don't think the intent was to kill. However, but you knew the possibilities that you could, if you're driving intoxicated, the possibility that you could hit somebody is greater. I mean, it is much greater than if you weren't, you know, intoxicated. And so, and I know people say, you know, I wasn't thinking, or, you know, I was intoxicated, so, you know, I wasn't in my right mind. Hey, listen, if you going out to drink a party, common sense says, hey, designated driver, there should be a designated driver in your bunch. Or, you know what? Or in today's society, somebody gonna try to take your keys. Am I right? Somebody gonna try to take your keys. Or you yourself know, hey, I done had something to drink, no matter how much it is. You know you done had something to drink, and you should stay put. So yeah, I think that the consequences and the repercussions are justified. Absolutely justified. It's not, I don't say it's, you know, compensation enough, because you can't put a price tag on the lives that, you know, have been changed, the lives that have been taken. These children will never be the same. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, then there are the grandparents, the aunties, the uncles, everybody who now have to step in and stand in the gap. And then we as a community, I feel as though, again, we as a community, we as a people, why should we have to take care of these children? You killed their parents. I hope that they take this law further than where it's at right now, because I think it needs to go around the world. I wholeheartedly agree with it.
Yeah.
I know I said a mouthful, y'all. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Anybody else got anything additional to chime in?
I'm just saying that, I mean, I guess it was always this way, but at the end of the day, you have so many choices. If you find that you have gone out and had a good time and you are under the influence, or you may make a mistake, you can call an Uber, you can call a taxi, you have friends you can call, you know what I mean? Or if you're at someone else's place, see if you can spend the night. You don't have to make that choice to get behind the wheel. And not only could you kill yourself, but other people are out on the roads and things like that, and you just have to take responsibility for whatever happens as a result of your actions, no matter what your intent was.
Absolutely. And like they said, in the article, well, they didn't say this verbatim, but nothing is going to bring their loved ones back. But at least if, someone has to be held, I mean, yeah, jail is all well and good, taking that person off of the street. But what about helping me, or whoever's left behind to financially has to care for these kids? In this case, it's, the grandmother who now has 2 small children to raise, at least until they're 18, from 5 and 3. And so, yeah, I'm right there with y'all. I wholeheartedly agree that this should be. And then maybe, just maybe, people will think twice, before they decide to get behind the wheel and they know that they have pushed well far past their limit. Absolutely.
What do you guys think? Any comments from, we won't call y'all the peanut gallery, but the peanut gallery in the back?
I don't know. I think everybody kind of
on the same page.
Yeah, we're on the same. Normally there's one that but I mean, I feel like in situations like this, it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah. All righty then. So, well, y'all ain't got much to say about this one, but I bet y'all got something to say about this one, because this next topic is like, what in a ham sandwich? People, listen. I didn't get a chance to look up their nationality, but I wish I had, because there's some
Indian.
There's some Timbuktu stuff right here. All right. Okay, so let me start laughing. Yep, that's right, Indian. Okay, so Indian parents, y'all, sue their son and daughter-in-law to get a grandchild, or they want $600,000. They said they don't think about us. We need some grandchildren. The parents are demanding that the couple have a child within a year or pay them more than $600,000 in damage. The parents filed the suit against their son earlier this month because they believe they should already be grandparents. They raised him, educated him, made him capable, and made him a pilot, which was expensive, they say. And this is coming from their legal representative. I can't even pronounce that name. I ain't even going to try to mess that up. This was all on CNN. They see people in their neighborhood playing with their grandchildren and feel like they should also have one. They said they didn't marry their son and daughter-in-law off so they can live alone. So they said that in the next year, either give us a grandchild or give us compensation. Show me the money, honey. The suit lists several expenses the parents claim they spent on their 35-year-old son and their 31-year-old daughter-in-law, including a car and a honeymoon trip following their wedding 6 years ago. The outlet reported, they were setting them up. They wanted them, listen, go on your honeymoon, make a baby. We want a grandchild. The parents also said they paid $47,000 for their son's pilot license, the Associated Press reported. The main issue is that they are this age and we need a grandchild. But these people, my son and daughter-in-law that is, have an attitude that they don't think about us. Sanji 61 told reporter that last week, according to the AP, we got him married in the hope he would have the pleasure, that we would have the pleasure of becoming grandparents. It has been 6 years since their marriage, he added. It feels as if, despite having everything, we have nothing. Oh, people cannot locate contact information for the son, or
they don't want to be found.
They don't. Sanji, a government officer, said he and his wife feel they have not been reciprocated for the money they paid to raise their son. I have spent my life's earnings on my son's education. Sanji told reporters per the AP, that's the Associated Press, we are not getting love and affection from where we want it the most. He later added, I feel very unlucky. So my question to you guys,
They should have had more kids.
what do you think about this? Do we owe something back to our parents for handling their parental responsibility? You are not right, Kiera. You are not right. Do we feel like we owe our parents for handling their parental responsibilities? There's so many more questions that can come out of this.
I had to shift in my seat to get ready to
What in
come.
the world?
Y'all, there are so many things, and I'm not going to take up all the time. I know all of us want to speak on this, but all I'm going to say is y'all are super petty, bro. First of all, who's doing this math? Because $47,000 for a pilot license.
How does
Plus,
that
I mean,
equal
I understand the whole
600,000?
honeymoon situation. That might have been a little bit expensive, but you're talking $600,000. Where is this math coming from? In your, I mean, what else are you calculating? First of all,
It
Second
sounds
of
like
all-
they may be I'm sorry. It sounds like they may be calculating the cost of actually raising the child and clothes and all that
There
stuff.
she go as grandparent jumping in, super save a grandparent. Y'all petty. I'm gonna let somebody else go, and then I'll circle back if y'all don't cover it all, because I'm just gonna sit back and listen.
Just for the
I mean,
record,
at first, I want to be like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, the grandparents, they really want a grandchild. Like, reading it, I'm like, oh, they want love. But at the same time, like, come on now. $600,000. Like, that's insane.
They're
you
gonna
know?
buy a grandbaby.
Right.
Wow.
But then the last question you asked, it does make me think, like, do we, this is an extreme scenario, but do we sometimes feel like we want to live out the, I guess, what our parents wanted us to be, like when we were younger? I don't know. Or like, did we do all the things that our parents worked so hard for
y'all
us
so
to
nice.
accomplish?
Y'all so nice.
I'm just
I think
saying.
the money is crazy, but I mean,
I'm
I don't
just
know.
saying, as a grandparent, they are crazy because the last time I checked, God blesses us with children, not when you want them, but when He feels like blessing you with them. So some people can't have any at all. What would they do in that circumstance? Are they still going to sue their children if the son married someone that was not capable of producing children? I mean, you know.
I'm
I'm
just
glad I
saying,
got
like,
mine.
saying I get it, I do, because Panetta. I'm sorry, Panetta laughing at me. Because I said super save great. Listen, all right. So trying to put myself in their situation, I get it. I am a parent, and I hope and pray that someday I will have, grandchildren, at least one, but 5, 6 would be nice. However many, comes. But I'm not going to try to sue my kid. I mean, come on, y'all. They're 35 and 31, so technically, I mean, they have plenty of time. And maybe, I guess, from the parents' point of view, and I get it, Tanisha, I was kind of like, oh, and then I kind of felt sad for them a little bit because they're hurting. Clearly they're saying that, we raised y'all up, we hurried up, married you off, we did all the things. Now I want my grandchildren. They're probably thinking that they're getting up there in age. And so, they want to be able to not only see their grandchildren, but have some quality time, before they
help
get
out and actually do
But
stuff. Yeah.
you can't be suing for, and this is real, y'all. Like, this is a real and true.
Is this a culture thing? Like, maybe it's like a cultural.
I would imagine.
I don't want to be disrespectful to another culture, but
I gotta jump in here, cause listen, I gotta jump in here because I too felt some kind of way, having 6 children. Now, earlier years, my whole prayer was I'm gonna be a real grandmother. I'm not going to be one of these young grandmothers. Listen, y'all not going to come up in here, bring me no babies at no early age, and make me a grandmother all young in life. So that was my first prayer because I wanted them to be self-sufficient. I wanted them to be able to take care of themselves. I wanted them, even, I tried to talk Samantha and Torrance out of having a baby early. Okay, because I wanted them to have that time to, when you first get married, yeah, you may have lived together for a little bit, but then you don't really know each other until married. Living together is different than dating living together. It's a whole different ball game. But I was one of those parents that begin to feel like, all right, somebody need to start popping out some grandchildren. Somebody need to come on. What are y'all doing? Like, can we start popping out some grandchildren? We had 6 children. Somebody should be getting somebody pregnant by now.
You gonna sue them though?
But I'm not trying to listen. I ain't trying to sue nobody to have no grandchildren. Because at the end of the day, I want you to pack them up, get their bottles, their Pampers, and their extra toys. Although they keep coming. Every time Samantha come here and she bring a toy, she leave a toy. Me and her going to have to talk about this.
That's on purpose.
I know. Or every time somebody give the grandchildren gifts and they get the gifts at our house, they leave the gifts here. Why does it look like a daycare center?
No, if you leave the things, then when y'all babysit, you already got
You already have it.
nothing.
That's too much lugging around.
But listen, I had an attitude. I remember when Lisa got her first grandchild. I was like, I'm older than you.
Willing to share with you.
I'm older than you, and you did. Thank you so much. That's why that's my baby girl
with
name.
3 of them, I was willing to share with you.
That's why she my sweetie now.
Hey, y'all, but real quick, before we move on from this, I did look it up, and it says in India, marriages are between families and not just a couple, says a social anthropologist. The cultural logic in what they are doing is that expecting grandchildren is a norm. So marriages are between families and not just a couple in their culture. So it's saying it's not just, y'all two, like, we're involved.
Everybody's involved. Yeah.
Well, they have
somebody else in the family.
I mean, they are clearly involved. They didn't pick who you're marrying. You had no say.
And I said that because a lot of the women don't work in their culture.
Yeah.
So, of course, if she had a child, the child will stay with the mom. They don't have to pay for daycare. Someone in the family is watching the child and helping in the raising as needed in their house as well as their own house.
Yeah.
But in America here, we got some young grandmothers that's still working. You can't drop your kid off over here to leave because you decided. Like
in this day and time, no. And
I can be able to pay my own bill.
I applaud this couple for realizing that, hey, we're not ready for children because for whatever reason, they may not be mentally, emotionally ready for children, and let them live. Let them experience life when, not to say that children are baggage, because I believe wholeheartedly that children are a blessing. However, there's some things that you can't do. You can't just up and do. Right, Tanisha? Right, Kiara?
Absolutely.
When you got young children. So I applaud this couple for, realizing and not being pressured. I'm so sorry that the parents want grandchildren and they haven't, gotten to that point yet. But I think that this is absurd. It is a waste of time and money to be, it is just absurd. Cultural or not.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense.
We gotta follow this story and
they should really have had more children if they, they
we gotta
guarantee they have one popping out somewhere.
Yeah,
we gotta see if they wound up, what the outcome of it is going to be. But we got some comments. We got Marion. Hey, Marion, Nancy, Drew, and Sister Leah. Hey, everybody, for tuning in. Welcome to Victory Talk. So Marion says. Exactly. She says, at the altar, I'm not really exactly sure when that comment came in, but Nancy Drew says, question, are the parents ready for children because they have the responsibility of raising them? Money aside, it's a big responsibility at this day and age. And Leah says it's their culture. They are expected to have children for the family.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, listen, give them a little bit of time. It's kind of sounded like they got married and they're being rushed into. Give them, I mean, maybe they had in their mindset, well, we'll wait 2 years and enjoy. Listen, not very many people get to enjoy their honeymoon life and, you know, life as a couple before. We all know that realistically, oftentimes people get married after children, you know, but even the ones who get married before they have children, they want to be able to, listen, I'm all for it. Y'all enjoy. Listen, y'all got time to have them kids. Live your best life by yourself without got to worry about daycare and babysitting and all of the things. And you do it in your time. That's what I'm saying.
And it seems like they got married fairly young. I'm looking at, so they in their 35, 31, and they've been married 6 years. They got married young, you know,
Yeah.
so not only are they, you know, learning each other, they still learning stuff about themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. And Karen, Leah says maybe the marriage was arranged. I'm imagining that it was, you know, because whether we choose to believe it or not, there are still some marriages that are arranged in today's society. Yeah, I would imagine that they weren't, you know, it was an arranged marriage. But I cannot, we got to follow the story, because I cannot imagine that any judge is going to grant them what they asking for on.
I don't know.
Are they in America or?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are they still over in India?
Because
that I don't know, but
back
that
home, they probably got to get that money
the
together.
difference. I don't know if they gonna get that $600K, but they might get something.
You think so?
Especially if they're in their, you know, their country where everybody
It's
is kind of on
custom
the
to
same
them.
page. Yeah. It's gonna be like, now y'all know y'all supposed to 6 months. That's what you get.
That's a lot of pressure.
Make that baby.
You better. All right, y'all. Oh my gosh, we gonna keep rolling because it's 7:30 and we got a lot.
Not already.
It's
my gosh.
7:30, y'all. We got a lot. We should ask for pre-permission to go a little bit longer since it's at. Okay, all right. Like he can't see us, but okay. Y'all, so while we're on this topic, we are now going to talk about a common law marriage situation. We on a roll tonight with these situations, y'all. So DMX's fiance, Desiree Lindstrom, recently was denied common law wife status after she petitioned to control the late rapper's estate. So his fiance filed paperwork to be declared the late rapper's common law wife. And despite being engaged since 2019 and sharing a 5-year-old son, Lindstrom's request was denied. If her request was approved, she would have immediately acquired control of DMX's estate, including future music earnings. So fast forward down, he didn't leave a will. He has a number of adult age children who are fighting to be appointed as the administrator of his estate. Obviously, y'all know when money is involved, people start to act a little cray-cray. So there is no will, and that's a big problem. His fiance tried to muscle in, it's saying, by asking the court to be named his common law wife, which means she would have taken precedence over his children, but the court refused. So aside from his fiance, 3 of his sons and 2 of his daughters are hoping to acquire control of the estate. What a mess. His fiance and children will learn who controls the estate after court on July 15th. So we got to, this is a couple question. This is a couple question. What are your thoughts on this? You know, at first when I looked at this, I thought that, well, I guess they've been engaged since 2019, but I believe I read somewhere that they were in like a over 10-year relationship. But do you guys think that all states should recognize common law marriage? Like, should she be granted the executor of his estate? Like, what is, I'm just going to start off by saying I'm disappointed that he didn't have a will or have something in place. You know, it
Yeah.
just seems like whether you have a little bit of money or a lot of money, especially nowadays, you see what these things do to people and shred
Yeah.
families apart, and they fight and they do all of these things. Like, come on, people, we gotta do a little bit better. This should just not be even a thing. But
Right.
unfortunately, it happens like every day. So what do y'all think? Do y'all feel like she should have rights to anything, or
I feel like that she should have known better. She, as a woman, should have known better. You've been living with this man, taking care of this man as his wife for how many years? And now you have children. How many young children she had by him?
well, they have one, but then
They have
he
one,
has.
and then he has others. And so you've been living, and you've been, as a wife, but so what did you do for yourself? Did you squirrel anything away? Did you consider, because come on now, this is 2022. This is not nothing new underneath of the sun. This has happened to women and men multiple times in life. So I feel as though, I hold her responsible. I don't think that she's gonna get anything. What she'll get is the minor that they have together. She'll get what she can get for that minor, but unfortunately, she's not gonna get anything. She can't even be considered, part of the probate, situation. She ain't got no blood ties to him, and she ain't got and there's nothing. If her name ain't on it, she won't go nowhere with that. Right? Yes, Liz. She was playing house, and she played house, and when you play house, it's not right. You get played. That's it right there, Tanisha. You get played, and that's what she getting. And them children ain't gonna give her not a nada.
No,
Not a nada.
It's not a good situation for her. It's not looking good.
No,
I
I feel
agree with you
for her.
here. I'm mad that he didn't have a will, like somebody that had, you were that successful, and you have a legacy. You have legacies, and you didn't set them up in a great way, and it doesn't always have to be like monetarily, but if he probably had businesses or something like that, and being able to set all of that up for them, and now it's just going to be a mess. People just squirreling trying to get the money.
Yeah.
At the very least, I think that even if he didn't have a will, he should have had a bank account set aside for her, because at the end of the day, now the money is going to probably be split up amongst all of the children.
Yeah.
And they'll probably get equal shares of it. And then, of course, she'll have control of her young child's situation. But she kind of put herself in that basket. You have to look out, especially the type of life that DMX lived.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
He was a spiritual person and all of that, but he had struggles and he had issues. So, she had to look out for herself in that situation, and she just unfortunately didn't.
And I'm just saying, like, not, I'm not personally trying to rush anybody down the aisle or saying, I'm not judging how long, you have some people that meet and get married within 3 months, 6 months, and some people just have a really long drawn out thing. But in those cases, they really should have something put in place. We would be having a whole different conversation if they've been engaged since 2019. They maybe had their wedding date set in their mind, but you should have had, a living
Something in
will,
writing.
something. Yes. Even if, like you said, you set up the bank account, it has her and your son together.
Mm-hmm.
And then, just do something, because this is a mess.
It's bad. We went through something similar like this when my dad passed. My dad did not have a will, although he was remarried. Her name was only on the house. So, but like his business and his like bank accounts or whatever, the bank account that my grandmother's name was on, my grandmother got that bank account, but like his, personal bank account and things like that, all of that, his businesses, his cars, any, CDs he had, it all went into that prorate, and then it all got divided up. Except for the house that her name was on. So her name and his name was on the house. So she got the house. And then my grandmother's name was on one of his bank accounts. And so she got that bank account. But everything else got divided up. It got divided up between his biological children and his wife. And she wasn't giving us zilch.
Yeah, and Leah said that the division starts with the next of kin. It's crucial to have documents in order because you never know what can happen.
Yeah,
absolutely. So not only in this case, somebody could wind up shorted, but you also could have somebody who, like, just say he was estranged from, a child or two or many of them, whatever. Mm-hmm. Now they're going to get something too that, and he probably didn't. Turning over, in his grave and all of that. So
and I pray that the child, I pray that his name is on the birth certificate.
And unfortunately, a lot of times this happens with celebrities because James Brown and his children went through the same thing.
Yeah.
Prince and his siblings went through the same thing. Where's the will? I mean, you know that you have all this money and stuff, and you want it to go a certain place or whatever. You have to look out for your people.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm surprised that people don't talk. I'm sure they have to talk to them about it, because when you have that much money, you have all these people that are monitoring that, like your assets and your investments, and I'm not. That doesn't make sense to me that you have all these people that have a say or control or know what money you have, and
right,
and nobody's advising you.
A will for
right.
Y'all heard it here first. Like, make sure that you have your affairs in order, and don't just think, because you also have people who assume and will say, well, I know that my significant other or whoever will do right by me, they'll do the right thing. I've left them instructions. Listen,
write the instructions down.
Listen, my name going on everything. When I said my name on everything, I might tattoo my name on his butt. No.
Lady Day on the butt cheek.
On everything.
That's so sad. I tell you, wow.
Y'all.
And you just be surprised at how people act when something happens. When somebody passes away, you don't even gotta have a lot of money, and it gets real ugly real quick.
Yeah.
So you need to have
I got stuff dotted down to the jewelry, because I don't have a whole lot like just yet, but the little that I do have, it is like down to the jewelry, because I don't want and plus, just to take the pressure off of people. I'm sitting here, even aside from the fighting and all of that stuff, nobody wants to have to even think about dividing up stuff and what to do with this and who takes this and at least in my case, like, I don't want to, I just need to mourn and go through my process and not worry about all of that stuff.
Right. Who going to do this and who going to take care of that? Yeah. Well, I just want to go ahead and put my request in now. So your little faith necklace right there. Can you just go ahead and put Sissy Jackie on it so that it can be left for me? No, Lisa, that's mine.
Look, you put me in the ground first.
I'm just saying, go ahead and put my name on it, so
Got you.
Pastor Phil said I tried to kill him off last week. Listen, y'all, this is just jokingly, understand, jokingly.
LOL, for real though.
All the comment section blow up.
All right, y'all, moving on to our next one. This is not so funny, and it bothers me that this conversation is even being had. You know, it really concerns me that this conversation is being had. When will a Supreme Court issue its ruling on abortion? The High Court is expected to strike down Roe versus Wade, the 1973 ruling that guaranteed a woman's right to have an abortion. As the Supreme Court approaches its summer recess at the end of June, the justices are expected to release an opinion in a case that could overturn Roe versus Wade and return the regulation of abortion to the individual states. An official ruling wasn't expected until this month, but in early May, a leak of Justice Samuel Alito's draft majority opinion indicated the court was preparing to strike down Roe versus Wade. On May 25th, Oklahoma governor signed what is considered the nation's strictest abortion ban, making the procedure illegal from the earliest moments of pregnancy, expect to save the life of the mother, or in cases of rape or incest reported to law enforcement agencies. 4 states, Alabama, Louisiana, Tennessee, and West Virginia, have passed amendments explicitly declaring that their state constitutions does not secure the right to terminate a pregnancy. Separately, 16 states and the District of Columbia have passed laws protecting the right to have an abortion in case Roe is overturned. The draft, which has been confirmed is authentic, isn't a final ruling, and justices still have an opportunity to change their minds. But that window is closing, and the day sticks down to June 26th when the court breaks for its summer recess. The Center for Reproductive Rights is saying that the marginalized groups will experience the greatest harms. Those groups including Black, Indigenous, thank you, and other people of color, immigrants, people with disabilities, and the economically disadvantaged. In general, women in Republican states, especially those without resources to go elsewhere for services, will be impacted. So my question is, what are your thoughts on this? Why do you think that this is an issue that keeps coming up over and over again? As we're all women on here.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's still a thing, why it's still coming up. I mean, they passed this long time ago, and why are they bringing the Supreme Court into it at this point? And a woman is in charge of her own body, you know what I mean? And has her own choices. So the states shouldn't be involved, and the federal government shouldn't be involved.
I don't like how they be making laws with no solutions. So let's say, for instance, they pass no one approves abortion. What happens to all these children? I mean, the CPS system is so overwhelmed. You got foster care that is so overwhelmed, neglect of children, juveniles in jail, crimes at school where kids are basically neglected and not getting the love because the parents can't afford the children. They're working 2 jobs. Kids are raising themselves and siblings. I mean, what is going to be the solution? What will be the point of all of this? I just don't understand that.
I agree with you, Lisa. What is the end game? I really don't. First of all, I don't understand, like Miss Victoria was saying, why this is even still a thing, why we continuously keep having this conversation, but on top of that, it's seeming like, and I'm hearing from a lot of people, it's seeming like these men, because it's mainly men, that keep on bringing it up. Republican men are driving this thing. And I'm like, like Miss Victoria said, like, how, you're your own person. You have, rights and civil liberties and all of the things. So how are we allowing somebody who can't even literally like walk a mile, 2 footsteps in our shoes, decide what we can do with our bodies? Like, I don't even understand how it's even allowed to come to the table.
Yeah.
Where's the anti-Viagra law? Because if you're not able to, reproduce on the male side, you shouldn't be able to constrict, women in our body. So if it's, naturally occurring and you want to put a stipulation on it, then you shouldn't be able to get Viagra either. Because if it's not functioning for you, it shouldn't be able to work either.
I know that's right, Tanisha. I like that little spin you put on that.
I mean, really, because that goes to what you were saying, Key. Like, it's a patriarchal society. These older men, grandfathers that are still in Congress or still in state legislature that are making these laws. I've seen a meme talking about, to all of like my white friends, talk to your grandfathers about this abortion law because my grandfathers aren't in a position to make a change. Like, what can be done about this?
Wow. And you're right. And just to piggyback off of what you're saying, it really does give me vibes of that old school women are seen and not heard, and women belong in the kitchen and not in the workforce. And like, y'all really out here trying to set us back with this. What is happening? We're supposed to be moving forward, not in the reverse.
And one of the things that concerns me so about it is that, okay, so today is Roe versus Wade. Tomorrow, slavery.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what, it just...
script in school anymore. Next thing you know, we're going to be putting X's on,
Yeah, because again, I mean, we've just come such a long way and not really far enough as far as women are concerned, because we're still not, making the same amount of wages as our male counterparts. We're still not being able to obtain certain jobs with the same level of respect. We're still not anywhere near, where they are. And so, like, this is, I'm concerned. And the big point, in that, when it was saying that, the people of color, Black, Indigenous, and other people of color, immigrants, people with disabilities, and people who are economically disadvantaged are going to be most affected. That's key right there. That's letting you know that these people who are in these positions of power with this money, they're the main ones that always want to make these decisions that are not directly affecting them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's
Leah,
no
I see
formula, but you want to stop abortion, and we don't have enough infant formula.
All right.
Facts.
That. Leah, I see where Leah has made a comment. Roe versus Wade was based on a lie. Jane Roe lied that she was raped. She confessed on her deathbed. I don't know the details behind that, and so I really can't, comment on it. But what I do want to say is that whether it was based on a lie or not, I still feel as though a woman should have the right to make the decision on what she gets to do with her body. I mean, me personally, I'm pro baby. Okay. I personally don't believe in abortion. However, there are some cases, that it's required, it's needed, it's it just is what it is. I think it's a self-preference thing. It's listen, if I can't tell you that if somebody were to rape me and I was pregnant, that I'm gonna want to have a rapist,
Reminder.
Yeah, I don't know that I would want to live. I mean, and I know that, and I fully agree with you, Mama Sugar, that children are a blessing from God. I really do believe that. However, at the same time, that I know that the enemy is real, and the enemy gonna use anything, anybody, anytime, any situation, that he deems that that he can get a hold of. So I don't think that if I would, me personally, I'm just speaking for me, y'all. But I definitely think that a woman should have the right to do what she, desires with her body. I do not believe that abortion should be a form of birth control. We seen it out here in these streets.
Sure.
I don't think that that's right. I get that. But again, that's their cross to bear. That's between them. That's them and their God. And who are we to say that it's right or wrong? We're not judge nor jury, and we should not be. Listen, I'm sure there's some things that all of us have done or is doing in our lives that is not right.
Absolutely.
And can we, who's going to judge us? God? Anybody other than God don't have no business. It ain't their business.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my thought.
And even aside from that, I mean, why even pass these laws if you're going to come back later on and try to undo what's already done?
Mm-hmm.
Once it's passed, it should be passed. That's it. Now, if you need to amend it for whatever reason, then that's fine. But how are you going to undo a law that was already passed? Because not only this situation, but about a year ago, they were talking about the law that stated it was okay for Black people to vote, and how crucial it was for you to participate in the primary and off-season elections and things like that. Once a law is passed, how are you just going to undo something that's already done?
Well, you see, what happens? When different parties get in control. When different parties get in control, then they want to take a stab at making some changes in some areas that they felt as though, were passed or not passed. What's that now?
That they can keep control. If
Right.
a new party regains control, they want
Right.
to do what they can to keep it.
Yeah. So.
Just to jump in there on your question, Ms. Victoria, I completely agree with you saying, the law should be the law and the laws should not be able to be overturned. But just to answer your question about the voting rights, that's not a law. When there's amendments, it's different than a law. And so the amendments have to be, voted on and reenacted every however many, like they might put an amendment into place for 30 years. And once that 30 years goes by, it's up for grabs again. That's why. And that's another problem. Why is this not a law?
Why is it not a law?
It's not a law on purpose, because whenever whoever gets into office and decides that they don't want it to be a thing anymore, now all of a sudden we set back 100 years and can't vote again, which I prayerfully it won't happen. It has not happened yet. And I don't think that they want to see, like, they think that people rioted at Freddie Gray, rest his soul. But I don't think I don't think that's ever going to be overturned to be a thing, because it's going to
It's problems. It's going to be problems. That's why it's important, y'all.
Find a PC term.
You have got to vote, no matter no matter how, important you think that election is. You know what? These elections that are about to happen now, these are the really important ones, because it's like a building block or stepping stone. Right here is when some decisions are being made on what's going to happen up here. So it's important. We got to vote, y'all. If you're not registered, we got to get out there and do our part.
Those questions and vote on those questions, because the politicians have a tendency to want to approve all this money for this stuff, and then they want to borrow from here to do this. If you use the money for what it was intended, you wouldn't have to be going back doing all of these things.
Girl.
Casino wasn't that supposed to be for Baltimore City public schools? That was supposed to be for the Baltimore City education program, and there's still no AC, but we have a casino.
I was literally about to
Right.
say that, and I'm so glad that you mentioned that.
So what happened to the money that they were
Y'all
supposed to
won't
use
catch
for that?
me. Listen, I hope y'all hear this. This is for the people in the back. Y'all won't catch us slipping again on that. So next time you ask to build yet another casino, absolutely not.
No.
We all got hoodwinked on that. It's supposed to be, millions of dollars to help, the Baltimore City schools. Like Tanisha said, they still don't have AC.
And they shut down for COVID for 2 years, and the AC still ain't on.
Why would they
We're
build
still
a no
heating
AC?
system. You got to close school because it's too cold. The kids is in there in coats, and you got to shut it down in the summertime because it's too hot.
Yeah.
So why would they build them with no AC and the heat not working and all that ridiculous? I can see if you have it and it breaks down and you need to get it repaired. But why would you build a school with no AC?
But
They're
you
not
think
that
about how old some of these schools are. You think about how old that they.
High school is really old.
But they weren't built before air conditioners. Most of them.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Thinking,
I don't know. Some of them are quite old.
Yeah, the summer,
yeah, some of
it was
them
still hot back
Then you
then,
have
too.
a handful. You don't have half of the school system shutting down because the kids are too hot. It's
Well,
like
in
30
that
schools
case-
or something.
In that case, they're probably the ones that broke down and they just can't afford to fix them.
And you know how they do. They put a Band-Aid on it and keep it on going until the next time. Or, put an AC unit in the window until, they can put it's a Band-Aid. It's always a Band-Aid. They try to put some duct tape on it.
Everything is always kicking the can down for somebody else to do.
Yes.
this is what they
I really feel.
working on. I mean, politically, laws, they need to be like, yeah, we need these schools to be up to code. And if this happens in this school zone, these things, this is where the laws need to be. They are working on something else.
Right.
So instead of y'all parents out there boo-hooing and whining about your child wearing a mask, how about get on these schools and on these systems about the money for your schools, your children to be able to go to school safely? How about boo-hooing and whining about that?
Yeah, right. I guarantee you one thing. Listen, y'all know I love my babies. I love my babies and I love all the kids. But if I was one of those parents that kept getting them emails, the temperature's going 95, we close all these half days, they got to come home early, getting on my nerves because they don't have no AC, I'm going down marching somewhere. Y'all was laughing at me last time I said I was going to City Hall and it was closed. I'm going down there and somebody going to give me some answers.
Or you say, Brandon going to have all the babies.
Y'all going to have to
Or
watch.
y'all going to watch these kids.
Leah said misappropriation of funds. Isn't that everywhere? It's all over the place. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And then they want to hide these different, questions and these different laws inside of another law. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't read the fine print, if you don't do your research, you approve it. Listen. Don't ask me for no extra money. Don't, because you're not getting it. You get nothing.
They lie about everything, just like they fixing the roads. They put that question in there every time about the roads. And I declare somebody owe me some shocks and struts in Baltimore City because
Baltimore City 95, 695, Pulaski Highway. I'm trying to understand. Pulaski Highway we've been out here for almost 5 years now. Pulaski Highway been the same spot they've been working on. The same area.
Like you say,
Are you calling Lady J and telling them about your pothole?
My potholes. Messing up my Lexus.
And you just said it too, Band-Aid. They'll fix them, but you know how they fix them? They go and dump that little gravel stuff in the hole and later look at it. And then 2 weeks later, it then busted back open again.
Oh, Leah said yes. What happened to the money from the Maryland lottery?
Huh?
We never got that. What's that been around since the 60s, 70s?
Child.
Listen,
No,
fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, y'all won't get me no more. I'ma keep on checking the questions for the school system stuff, for the water, and for the greenery, but everything else, no.
No. Clean
Y'all
up of the
lied.
bay, and it's just as nasty.
Lied.
They
Dang,
have all the
get
funds
rid
and
of
they just
water. Even I don't know. I said yes to the water question. I just had to get a daggone water filter because water down here has been like gray on and off. Like, and you know, I'm
Back
down here,
river water, girl. You better not mess with that water.
I don't even give it to my dog
You
anymore.
better not mess with that water. Shoot, shower the suspect.
Listen, I'm telling you. Well, I mean, I can't be bottled water taking a shower, but I'm not drinking that mess, and my dog is not drinking it either. We are good with the limbs and parts that we have. We don't need nothing extra from drinking no contaminated.
You don't need an extra elbow, extra thumb, extra.
An ear for your back.
Ear for your back.
Can you hear me now? Oh my gosh, y'all! Oh my gosh!
All right, it's 7:45, y'all. So we gotta hurry up and
Talking.
I don't know. Can we get this last one in or no?
Yes, go for it.
Do we have the picture or you
Can
want
we
me to
have
just use
Yeah, can we have a picture? We go ahead. All right, so go ahead and talk about it, Key.
Okay, y'all. So, parental. What do you say before? If y'all got kids in the room, yeah. If y'all got kids in the room, they might just like have them step to the side or something. It's not anything super explicit, but it's a little bit much.
Y'all go lay down.
So there's an Instagram model by the name of Mary Magdalene. Yes, that's her Instagram name. She says that she was kicked off a flight because her 22-pound boobs were too big for her top. The airline crews claimed that she was booted for wearing headphones and ignoring instructions. So now she's saying she has beef with the airline and society and is now going to sue.
Can you go ahead?
So we had grabbed, a couple of photos that we'll put up for you guys to kind of see. And then, we'll just chime in on this. And we decided to talk about this because our daughters, our nieces, our young ladies, our granddaughters, our young people are seeing these images of what society, I guess, what looks good supposedly to men, to I don't know who it's supposed to look good for, but they are getting, implants, hips, butts, thighs, breasts, they're getting all these enhancements, lips, which is fine, like we were chatting, the ladies and I were chatting about it earlier, and to each his own, is his or her own. If you decide, that you don't like something about yourself, don't get it twisted. By no means am I speaking against, plastic surgery, because I already told y'all before, if I was in the itty bitty club, I might consider, doing a little something myself too. However, this is extreme. I don't know. Does he have the picture, or you want me to try to?
No, the pictures done been up, girl.
Oh, the picture went up. I didn't see the picture go up.
Yeah, they done
All
been
right.
up. Can we see him again, sir?
Did y'all see the picture?
I don't know if we can. Can we see him?
Yeah, if you don't have another device up, yeah.
Okay.
These are pictures are a little
I
bit
went and found her on IG because I was like, okay. Let's see.
with her Jesus hat on.
Yeah, I was kind of tickled at the fact, when I saw, okay, they did see it because the comments are pouring in and they're saying, wow, that's not a good look. Y'all, I'm concerned. When I saw this, I know it's in our instinct to kind of, first just do that.
Right.
you know, because it's a lot. But then, you know, once I got over the initial shock of how this young poor baby looks, she does look uncomfortable, Leah. I felt it made me sad. It made me really sad.
Because who is her role model? Who is she basing her body image off? Her self-image is distorted in some way. And I feel as though that somebody did not help her. And I think I want to say lead her and guide her on a more positive path that, you know, she would, you know, have better imagery of herself. You know what I'm saying? And to think that it bothers me that I won't say a doctor because we don't know, but somebody, she didn't just do this to herself.
Yeah.
Wow. She probably kept going back and doing it.
Somebody just kept taking her money, and
my back hurting just looking at her.
Honey.
Painful.
Yes, I was going to say that too. My back just looking, and it says that they're 22
and her lips
pounds.
too. They look painful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, Leah says a pimp. Listen, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's extreme, very much so. And we can only see, you know, her breasts and her lips. We don't know what the rest of her looks like. But I was, you know, as the ladies and I were chatting back and forth earlier, I just said, I guarantee you that young lady was beautiful before this. It tends to be the ones who just really have natural beauty that, you know, do these things. And I just, and it's, I don't know. It's either somebody told them that it would look good or somebody told them that they looked bad. Or maybe they just, it could be, you know, a mental health concern where they look in the mirror and they're disgusted. They're not happy. And so they keep going back until they feel like they're fulfilled. But
is she making money? Maybe she's doing it for the money.
Probably so, I would imagine.
The weirder you look, the more money you seem to be making.
Yeah,
it bothers me that how many of our young children, how many of our teens, especially as we're right here in prom season, how many feel as though that they have to do this kind of, you know, mutilation to themselves, you know, to be accepted or to feel as though they're beautiful or to feel like, you know, they're pretty enough. I feel like that it's a bad situation. And, you know, she's the one we pulled up, but there's so many more people.
Oh, yes.
There are so many more people, and of all races, you know, because I've seen some of us in some of the same situations. And, you know, it's not good. It concerns me. You know, it really concerns me. And, yeah, I'm speechless.
And it can be dangerous, you know.
That's what I was about to say. Also,
really
because that type of surgery is expensive,
right?
And so these people are going to these like back alley situations. You know, remember a couple of years back they were using like Fix-A-Flat or something like that and injecting it into people, and these people were dying of infections and all of that stuff. And then I think about, you know, K. Michelle, who has had, you know, all of her stuff reversed, and she's being very vocal, you know, to young ladies like whoever, like and I can applaud her and appreciate her for that, because she's like, you know, don't do it. Like, this was a mistake. Like, I literally almost died, you know, it's just, how much is it really worth? And like I said, if you want to, you know, a little bit of collagen, you know, your lips or something, or, you know, if you feel like, in order to feel self-fulfilled, if you know, need to do something, then, you know, have at it. But to this extreme is just.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's
like, how does she even lay down comfortably or really do
how it impacts her health, like her heart.
Oh, yeah.
And her back. Oh my God, turn all that way over.
Yeah, she's going to wind up needing more surgeries to repair the damage to her back. You know, her hips, her back, all of that stuff has to be. I mean, Because I mean, it literally says 22 pounds, and that's on top of
Wow.
whatever other weight.
She looks like a
carrying.
small frame anyway. So.
Yeah. She doesn't look like she's that big to begin with. Yeah.
So who tell her that her implants are not lifelong, that you have to replace them?
They're not going to tell her that. You
Even
would
if
think-
she did, they wouldn't tell her.
Right, because that's bringing her back financially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she probably was doing this to, I don't know how old she is, but doing, going back and just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Because there's no way
that's
to go from
not a one
to
time. That is
like
that
your
is
skin-
definitely multiple procedures.
I'm
You
personally-
can't.
And you
I'm
know,
personally
it's
not
like
a basher of plastic surgery or whatever, but I'm just a firm believer of flaunt what God gave you and leave the rest alone. Because in my the first person I can remember going through this was Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, when I was a young girl, I had a crush on this boy. Was fine. I don't know what happened. So he went from one extreme. He
To the
looked
next.
good before he ever got touched.
He really
Yeah.
did.
So I don't know. And I'm like,
and he did a lot.
for this.
He
And you know, in his case, well, in a lot of cases, they say that it's very addictive. And also, if you go and it's not quite right, then you got to go back and for them to fix it, and then they got to keep. And in his case, I really believe that they kept trying to get it the way that he wanted it to be until he had gotten so many that it just.
And I think
he got to a point where
initially-
he didn't even look like himself anymore.
Right. Initially, his started though because his dad teased him and said he had a big nose. So that's how all of it got started. And I'm like, wow.
Like he ain't
You're
have a big nose.
absolutely right. He was just as handsome can be.
He was really a good looking guy. Yeah.
I think Leah had something very valid that she said that I feel like she's hiding a painful past. And I kind of agree. As I look at her pictures, I see, I mean, not just one tattoo, but like you barely see her actual,
Her skin,
I guess,
yeah,
her
everything's
natural
covered.
skin. She's got all of these tattoos and all of this, you know. I would imagine that she is, you know, barely looks like what she started out in life. You know what I'm saying?
That's so sad.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
so sad.
It is. And so we pray for you, sweetie. We are lifting you in prayer because somewhere along the line we pray that you will find yourself, your real self. You know what I'm saying? And before it's too late, because you know all of that you know toxic stuff that you're putting in your body it's man-made. It's not it wasn't meant to be there because God ain't put it there. You know what I'm saying? And so at some point, you know, what's going to happen when there's a leakage and, you know, or, you know, the disintegrating and stuff starts to break down because, as you know, these are things that happen. And, you know, and then it's going to be, you know, could be life-threatening. So, yeah, we're concerned. Yeah. Yes, Lisa, it may be a self-esteem issue. I do believe that that's a lot of a self-esteem issue, you know. You want the attention. Okay, yes, sir. You want the attention, so you do things to cause, you know, yourself to get the attention because you feel like that there's something lacking.
And so just to throw out there, I know we're ready to close, but maybe if we, you know, and I'm really proud of us all because, like I said, it's shocking to see initially, but coming from a place of love, and we're all coming from a place of support, and just you know saying that I would love to have a conversation with this young lady and pick her brain and, you know, try to do all of the things because I'm just like, and I'm sure I haven't even been on her social media page, but I'm sure that there are insults and there are things that people are saying and tearing her down and bashing her and all of the things. And that is really like just doing more damage.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so we need to practice a little bit of kindness, you
And
know, in
compassion,
situations
yes.
like this.
Yes.
And just continue to encourage and uplift one another, you know, because if people have self-esteem issues within their self, then I kind of feel like it's up to us to, you know, help them to fix it.
Yeah.
You know, to just encourage in words, just, you know, anything. Getting down to the root of the problem is the number one step in, you know, fixing these things. And so I know that Mental Health Awareness Month is gone, but it's every day for me, y'all. So
Every
it don't
day.
stop. You know, it's every
Absolutely.
day. And we're going to continue to spread love, peace, positivity, positive vibes every day
Absolutely.
to everybody that
Absolutely.
we come across. You can go ahead and close us out, Lady J, before we get in trouble.
Okay. I'm not going to throw you under the bus and say that you was trying to sneak in some extra time when you said it was 7:45. I'm not going to do that to you because you my little sister.
But you just did. But it's okay.
It has been a very, very interesting show. I'm glad that we are getting ready to take our hiatus on the note of Hot Topics, because Hot Topics is always so good and juicy.
Absolutely.
I know it has just been really good. So we are excited. We're excited about, you know, what the next season is going to bring. And so, yeah, that has been it's been a good season. We had a couple reruns, but they were good. They were really good. I liked it. You know, I really enjoyed our cooking shows. So I'm looking forward to doing more of that next season. I enjoy when we get to do live shows. So I think the team is, you know, talking about being able to do more live, you know, shows. So we got some stuff that we are going to be working on while we are on hiatus. We're not just going to be partying. We're going to have a funky good time. But we are still going to be working on stuff for new stuff for Victory Talk. So as we are closing out tonight, Victory Talk will still air. We will, you know, continue to run because we want to make sure that y'all get y'all Victory Talk shot.
Y'all fixed.
Y'all fixed. And so we want you to keep commenting, keep talking. If you have any topics that you would like to see us talk about on Victory Talk, hit up, you know, Key, myself, or Lisa, hit us up and let us know, hey, we got some subjects we want to talk about. We would love to, Leah, I know you're in the background, and I know some of the stuff that you do in your secular life. So we would like to get you on the show to be able to share some stuff with our viewership. And anybody else, if you have anything, like I said, we are always looking for new topics, new conversation, new guests.
Yes, absolutely. There you go.
New guests. So if you are willing to be a guest on Victory Talk, you can volunteer or you can be voluntold. The choice is yours because you know how we'll do. So that is my thought for tonight. We are excited. We pray that you have an awesome and exciting summer. Please save these dates. So I'm going to share them now, but we will make sure that we post them on our Victory Talk webpage as well as on the church's website. And we're going to circulate these dates as well on our individual pages. So first thing we want to say is congratulations to Victorious Living Faith VLF. It is our 4th year anniversary. Woo! So we are going to be celebrating the entire month of June. You want to make sure that you hang out with us at some point in time. And so our church family, the VLF Nation, we are running a campaign. Bring somebody to church with you every Sunday. So we want you to dig deep in your pocket, go through your phone, scroll down. Hey, so-and-so, come be my special guest at church with me on Sunday. And church service is going back to a straight hour. So come on and visit us, and then you can, 9 o'clock you in for service, 10 o'clock, 10:15, you headed on over to IHOP to get your bacon and get your pancakes or whatever it is that you like to eat, okay? And then you can go celebrate, have fun, hang out with your family, whatever. So we want you to do that. And then we want you to save the date for, what's up first? Our men's walk. Is that right, Key? Our men's walk on our victorious men of faith. Thank you. Victorious Men of Faith, our men's walk on June the 18th, starting at 12 p.m. The men are going to walk the neighborhood. Some of us wives and some of us women, we're going to be out there cheering them on. Make sure they stay nice and hydrated. And we're going to share. So come out and support the men. Don't break that. Don't even break down that face when your husband is the head.
I had a water bottles when they come back, but I'm being the air conditioning waiting.
So when y'all see her out there, y'all make sure y'all take her picture and post it, okay? Y'all make sure y'all take her picture and post it. Yes. So come on out and tell your husbands, your sons, because our men are our foundation, okay? Bring Kane out there, let him walk with somebody. Our men are our foundation.
Have to be a member to attend any of things.
Yes. And then come on and hang out with us on Sunday, June the 19th for Father's Day. All right. And we will have our Juneteenth celebration. Some of us do 4th of July. Some of us do Juneteenth. And we happen to do Juneteenth. And so some of us do both. Yes. So come on and hang out with us for that. Make sure that you pin your calendar. Minister Michon Noble is going to be our guest preacher on June the 13th. So June 12th. June 12th. Okay. And so just come on out and support him. And then on June the 24th, Minister Kier, June 24th that's a Thursday. Am I right?
Friday.
That's a Friday.
Friday night, praise in the parking lot. Are we doing women's ministry on the 23rd?
Yeah.
Tanisha. Okay, so the women are going to do something on the 23rd. We will keep you posted on what's going to take place for that. Rumor has it that we were going to do dinner or something like that. So, but we will let everybody know what we're going to do. And then on the 24th, praise in the parking lot, 6 to 8 p.m. Victory Talk will be in the house. All right. So y'all want to come on out and hang out with us. We're going to have some gospel comedy, gospel comedians. There's going to be some food trucks. The children, there's going to be some painting. There is going to be some rapping. There's going to be some poetry. So y'all want to come out and hang out with us. All right, celebrate. That's our weekend, y'all. Celebrate with us. And then come on and join us on Sunday.
The 26th.
On Sunday the 26th. I almost said Saturday, but Sunday the 26th. And come on and hang out with us at church, okay? It is our actual anniversary celebration. We're going to have a guest preacher, a guest speaker. So come on out. Make sure you get your VLF Nation t-shirt. Make sure that you get your VLF Nation t-shirt. That is June the 27th. No, is it?
26th.
June 26th. Thank you.
June 27th. And June 7th, Access Grant.
Oh, my bad. I almost forgot. Access granted with our brother Antoine Grant. He will be doing an interview with our very own pastor, Reverend Philip A. Miller Sr. Access granted at 7 p.m. That is next Tuesday, June the 7th. Next Tuesday, June the 7th at 7 p.m. So it's a lot.
How I feel to be on the other side of the camera.
I know. I can't wait. He gonna be
excited.
In this seat. I gotta make him a nice background. So it is going to be awesome. This is going to be a fun and exciting month for BLF. It's going to be a fun and exciting month for BLF. So we look forward to hanging out with you at some point throughout this month. All our viewers, come and see us. We just want to see your face once. You know, we just want to love on you. We want to see who you are. We want to put your name with your face. All right. So, anything, you got anything, Lisa?
No, I don't.
You got anything? Mama Sugar, you got anything?
Just try to extend the victory talk from an hour to maybe an hour and a half or something like that. Especially hot topics in the health segment, because and the marriage
Got
ministry,
to say everything.
everything.
I did not, disclaimer, I did not tell her to say that.
Mama Sugar.
Because time goes so fast.
It does. It flies when you're having fun, for
Right.
real.
It flies when you having
And we don't want the
fun.
producer getting upset with us. And we don't want to be getting
Yeah,
on his
because
nerves.
then you made a valid point. If we extend the time, then we won't run over.
Then we
Yeah.
The people what they want.
give the people what they want. Come on over here, producer. Well, Tanisha, you got anything that you want to share? Come here, producer.
No, I'm good.
We want the people to see our producer. Y'all still hanging in there with us. Y'all know we cut up.
Listen,
Say hi.
Hello.
Say hi.
then y'all get to see the face. So if you see us lumped up because we done had some rocks thrown at us, that dude did it. Him right there.
That dude right there. That dude right there.
Pebbles,
So
not rocks.
we-
Pebbles.
Pebbles, child. He country strong. He country strong. It won't matter if it's a pebble, a rock, a little air. It ain't gonna matter. It's still gonna hurt. He country strong. But y'all should have saw him swinging that bat the other morning.
Be a fly on the wall. Oh my gosh, I can't.
What was he saying?
What did you say now?
What was he swinging at the back?
My electric fly swatter and the broom. I had a foil pan.
The electric fly swatter, that might have been legit. Like,
This was a big bat. This
That
was
bat would be
this
there
was a
with
big
the fly
bat.
swatter.
It was a
no,
big bat.
it's not a fly swatter. It electrocutes them. So if they
Oh.
if they got them one good time, but I know you couldn't catch them.
It was a big bat. It was big. Like,
He got to work on his tennis skills.
girl.
Little bat that out in the backyard.
But I want to say this, brother man was protecting me, boy. He had me pinned down in the corner. He was like, "You ain't getting my boo."
I got dog muscle.
No, that's right.
He had me pinned down in the corner. I'm swinging my little tin pan like.
Wow. Miller duo.
It was don't forget, because Pause is the one that got him. Pause was like, let me show you why my name is Pause. Pause got him. He got down low. Pause was like, he in this corner, daddy. He in this corner. Phil moved the container back. Pause got up in there. He tried to jump up, and the Pause like smack. And then he got the other paw. He was holding with one paw, and he was whacking him with the other.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yes.
Yo,
Oh,
Pause was like, I'm gonna show you why my name is Pause. You gonna catch
Yeah.
these big paws. I was like, you give him 2 sausages. He wants some bacon. You give him some bacon. I'm gonna make him some liver and rice this week. Or he getting all the tummy scrubs. He getting all the loving. All the loving.
I know that's right.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna get out of here. Key, you wanna have anything to say before I close us out?
Nope, we covered it all. Just thank y'all for tuning in as always. And we look forward to seeing y'all back in the fall. And like Lady J said, we will be running some reruns, but we will be in the comments. So as they're running, keep engaging, keep commenting. We see y'all, and we'll catch y'all at one of these events either this month or over the summer, or stop by the church and see us sometime.
Yes.
We would love to see y'all.
We would love to see you. All right, y'all. Y'all have an awesome night. Enjoy this summer night, and we will talk to you later. All right. We love you to life. Enjoy. Good night.
See y'all.